Demonstrate now something you've probably seen before. You've probably heard of takedown defense being sprawling. We wanted to cover those concepts of hips in, barriers, creating angles. We wanted to do that before we started sprawling and kind of set that pace. But now we'll look at a situation where I may need to sprawl. And I'll use Robert. Robert's going to play the role of my bad guy. He's going to go very, very slow for illustration's sake. And we're going to show you how basically we're going to do the same thing against that low shot. If I miss with that barrier because Robert gets under it, I still need to get my hips in. You're going to see my hips go in, my feet go back, and you're going to see me still work to control his head. I'm going to control it by driving it down. And then I'm going to create an angle one side or the other. We'll see where Robert goes. So Robert's coming in. Maybe I'm punching. He goes low. My hips are in. My feet are back. He continues to come forward. I begin to drive him or avalanche him into the ground. Create an angle. And now I exit off of that angle. So Rob, back up. One reason we wouldn't want to just drive him into the ground and then stand up is it's likely he could do a second shot or grab for a low ankle pick, something like that. So we're going to demo that right now in slow motion. I'm going to stop the first shot, but then I'm just going to stand up right where I'm at, and then you're going to see that that's not going to work very well. So he's here, boom, I'm here, and then I just stand up, and now Robert ends up getting me on the ground. We might get knocked to the ground by a punch or something like that. We'll deal with that in a few minutes. But for right now, we want to stop that situation from occurring where I end up under. So instead of that happening, watch one more time. I'm here, maybe I punch, boom, my hips are in, I'm burying Robert, and I'm coming around, pushing off at an angle. I'm at his hip, and I'm working laterally or behind him as I make that space. Now I could stay attached there, depending on what's going on. I might drive him all the way into the ground and then control him from the top. We'll look at some ground fighting in another segment of the DVD. Guys, same thing from another angle. Robert comes in, he comes in low. Boom, my hips are back, avalanching, and I'm driving him down. One more time with no narration. Thanks. All right, guys, so another circumstance that might occur, we've already talked about earlier when we talked about making space safely. We don't want to back up in that straight line. We may end up falling. Maybe my adversaries hit me. Maybe the footing on the ground is bad. I'm in snow. I'm in gravel. It's slick rock, whatever. So I've ended up on my back, but my adversary is still on their feet. So thinking outcome-based, we always believe in staying outcome-based. Our outcome's to be on our feet. We do not want to be in a bottom position on the ground and fight our way from that position. It's not a jiu-jitsu match, for example. So I would prefer to be on top. So, or to be back up on my feet, be mobile, be able to move around. With that in mind, we're going to go over the mechanics of just getting back to my feet. As we do this next segment, once we add an adversary, keep in mind our main role, our main thing here is we're trying to get up. We're not going to accept this bottom spot and fight this fight in this parking lot, for example, from our backs. So for whatever reason, I've ended up getting knocked down or falling down. Okay, my head is up. I'm looking for my adversary. I'll turn a little bit this way, guys, so that I can kind of see the camera as I talk. And I'm going to get up towards you. I'm going to take whichever direction I'm going to go. I need to get on that hip. As I get on that hip to stand up, I'm going to slap the ground, almost like you slap the ground when you fall. One of the common errors we see here is guys post the hand behind them, and then they come up on this hand. And then if a guy jumped on us, it's going to break that arm, potentially hurt us. It becomes hard to get up. So I want to take this hand. If I'm going to get up looking this way, and this would be if my adversary were this way, I'm going to slap the ground, and I'm going to go on that hip. This leg will go fairly straight. This leg will come close to my butt. I'm going to get up on my elbow, then up on my hand. My hand, my hip, my foot are all somewhat in a line here. That's when I know I have a good position. Okay? When I get this hand behind me, it's out of alignment, and that's a problem. It's going to make it harder to get up and potentially get you injured. So I'm here. As I get up, I want my head to lead. Where my head goes, my body goes. So my adversary might be here. He hasn't committed to coming forward, or she. They're giving me a little distance. That distance equals time for me to escape and get back to my feet. I'm going to elevate my butt off the ground. I'm going to pull my foot through, and my head stays up, my butt stays down, almost like I'm squatting, and I'm right up into a fighting position so that I can continue to defend myself. So I'm here, boom, I go to a hip, or I go to a hip and an elbow, I go to my hand, my head stays up, boom, I come here, and now I'm back up to my feet. One of the things that we see people struggle with here, typically as they get to their feet without the adversary pressuring forward, is they'll turn and they'll get up with their head down. There's a very common way that someone who doesn't train gets up. You lose sight on your adversary. You also, getting up that way takes more time, and you're susceptible to kicks, strikes. A lot of people say if my head's up as I get up, I might get hit. We're going to see those punches coming. We've already done punch defense. We know that this person may try to hit us. We're going to be able to defend that as we get up. By the way, the outcome being getting up, even if the person begins to strike us in this process of getting back to our feet, we're going to press on. We're going to stand up. Unless we're hurt or we're knocked back down, we're not going to purposely lay down and take bottom position. Speaking of being hurt or the ground being uneven or slick, I'm going to show you another way that is acceptable for us to climb to our feet. We're on our back, we slap, we get over on our hip, we get to here. I'm going to take this knee and I'm going to come back to a knee. My head is up, my butt is down. I'm in a very strong position here. I'll shuffle and I'll push up and come all the way up to my feet. So I'll do that one more time. Then I'm back up. Think of being a police officer, having a lot of kit on, having a vest on, gun belt, a lot of gear, fighting my way back to my feet. I might need to use that knee to get up. Maybe you've had knee surgeries. Maybe you're a little older than you wish you were, but you're still in the game, still training. This is a great way for us to get up, or just uncertain ground as you climb your way back to your feet. So any of those ways to get up,